Across the ring.
The counter punch.
Go ahead and talk to I know. Go ahead and talk to me.
Well, there's a lot of things you said. Number one, I'm gonna put this stuff in bed right now because I hear a lot of stuff. Canelo got way better since Mayweather. Let me say this: if Canelo Alvarez right now fought a Mayweather, so you know the 37-year-old Mayweather that beat Canelo Alvarez first time.
He was 36. Go ahead.
36. If any Canelo, you can take any version of Canelo to fight that Mayweather, and Canelo will lose.
But see, only God truly knows that, EBT. Don't get it twisted. Only anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Only God truly knows that. You know?
That's true.
Only God truly knows.
We can hypothesize. We have things to do where we can predict the outcome of something. We don't know for sure. We can't do time trial and everything, but we do know this.
Go ahead.
Look at that Caleb Plant fight.
Okay.
BJS.
Okay.
Look at those fights. Canelo gets outboxed by slick fighters.
Well, okay. I'm
not make no crazy changes.
I gotta debunk that real quick. I gotta debunk that because I do feel like Canelo lets you get away with certain things to have you basically feeling yourself. He wants you to open up. He wants you to feel comfortable enough to throw those punches so he can get his counters off. That's my personal opinion. Okay. Now, don't get it twisted. Now let's break this down. Okay. If you want to put let's just say, okay, we got to go back to Pretty Boy Floyd, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to go back to Pretty Boy. I want you to tell me your best Mayweather. Okay. Let's say fresh off of Zab Judah. Where is your best Mayweather at right now? What would you say the best Mayweather you ever seen in what fight? Because we finna snatch that. We finna basically paint a picture right now. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. So, but that's a difficult question because you got the Pretty Boy, then you got money.
I think Pretty Boy was better than Money, in my opinion.
Pretty Boy.
Pick a Floyd. Pick a Floyd.
My best Mayweather ever, even just eclipsing both of them. Just the best straight up best Mayweather ever.
Yeah, the best Mayweather you ever seen, like a fight that you were like, man, this is the best Mayweather I ever seen. A lot of people say the Diego Corrales fight.
No, I'm gonna say, oh man, let's see.
Mayweather has been. I know that's a hard question because he has looked good. See, I know Mayweather's a hater. He has looked good in many fights.
Yeah. Okay, I can narrow it down to like 3.
Okay.
You can get 4. You can get Arturo Gatti.
Okay.
Corrales.
Okay.
Marquez.
Okay.
I'm gonna give another. Okay, Marquez, Shane Mosley, and then Guerrero.
Okay.
Those are my 5 fights. So if I really had to give, I'd probably say Marquez.
Okay, I got you. Okay, Marquez. Okay, Mayweather looked very good against Marquez. But we have to keep in mind, Mayweather was at 147 at that time, right? So that's the best Mayweather we're talking about. Okay, the best Canelo to me that I have ever seen is, I think, man, Canelo looked so good against Callum Smith, man. The best Canelo I ever seen, I think his game plan was to knock Plant out and knock out and Billy Joe Saunders out. So I don't really feel like he was really going in there like trying to outbox him. I think the plan was to knock them out. So when it comes down, I gotta say Callum Smith, okay? I think Canelo, man, he looked good against Callum Smith to me. I was like, shit, he's just looking there looking good. Like doing what the hell he wanted to do. So first of all, if we take that Callum Smith and we put him versus that Pretty Boy Floyd that faced Marquez, first of all, Mayweather, even if he wins, is not going to be as easy as that 23-year-old Canelo that he fought. It's not going to be that easy. Okay.
Well,
another thing is too. Hold on. Let me finish. Another thing. Okay. Canelo is at 160 now, right? So he's way bigger than Floyd. So he's gonna have a big size advantage on Floyd. Okay. So we have to take that into consideration. Another thing is too. Okay, Floyd can stay away from danger. He has the foot speed. This is the Pretty Boy we're talking about, and we know he has some. That's one thing Floyd had is some very good foot speed. But Canelo has stepped up his timing, okay? His timing has gotten a lot better. Another thing is Canelo's more poised. I don't think he was that. I think that's the first big fight that Canelo been in. Well, you could say mostly. Some people say mostly. Okay, but in my opinion, that fight. Okay, you're going against Floyd. You're gonna get some butterflies when you're going against Floyd. I feel like Canelo Alvarez he's way more poised now. Like I said, I'm not finna sit here and go on record and say Canelo Alvarez is finna beat Floyd. But would it surprise me? No. And will it be a good fight? Hell yes. But see, the thing is, even if Floyd beats Canelo, it's no shame in losing to Floyd, though. You know?
No, it's
so,
not.
And and another thing before I shut up, who does beat Floyd? Y'all acting like Canelo, like who does beat Floyd? Nobody beats a pretty boy Floyd. Huh?
Plenty of people can beat Floyd.
Pretty boy Floyd, EBT? I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, unless we talk about like Tommy Hearns, or we got to go back.
So I can give you people like you talking about from now, even from present day to even that time. I can give people who beat Floyd.
Well, that we're gonna save that topic. That's a good topic. We're gonna say we're gonna put that one in storage. But
yeah.
So how would you have that fight playing out? Do you still see an easy fight, like the first fight? Well, they never had a second fight, but do you still see Mayweather basically, beating the young Canelo? I mean, beating the Canelo that fought Callum Smith. Do you still see the same outcome?
Look, you gotta understand, Callum Smith versus you mentioned that fight, Callum Smith going up against Mayweather. That Canelo and Mayweather they have polar opposite styles. Like even with that, Mayweather would probably struggle a little bit more with Callum Smith because he doesn't come forward, and then he would try to. Mayweather does that distance deception thing.
EBT.
It would kind of be like a Logan Paul thing. He would still beat him.
Answer your boy question, EBT.
Huh?
Do you feel the fight will be? Because I know you got Mayweather winning. Do you feel that fight will be as easy as it was when Canelo was 23? Because if you do say yeah, you are saying you don't see no improvement with Canelo.
What are you talking about? A 36-year-old Floyd versus Canelo?
No. I'm talking about a Floyd that fought. You said that you want your best Canelo versus your best Floyd.
Oh yeah, that see. Okay, so let me break that down. Yeah, you get because you got to keep in mind Floyd was 36. Nobody ever talks about that though. That just gets thrown out the window.
I stay saying that, but see.
Oh no, I'm just talking.
He was a young 36 though.
Nobody, they just ignore that fact and they just go straight to the.
But
fact
he was
that,
a young 36 though.
Experience, but and then here's another funny part. Before the Canelo versus Mayweather fight, everybody was like, "This is the night that the king will be dethroned," and then after he loses, he's an experience. See, you can't have it both ways. I'm just talking in general. I'm talking out into the atmosphere to the people who say these things.
Well, EBT. People did say that. You're right, but the fact of the matter is, EBT, we talking about what's scientifically proven. We talking about this in any sport. You are not physically in your prime until you are 28, 27 years old. This is not something that people are just making up. Like
that is true. That is true.
We're not just making that up. Like y'all acting like we making that up. You not in your prime until you in your damn near 30s.
Don't get it messed up. That is true.
Yeah.
You're not in your prime. He is 20. But let me give you another thing. Yeah. He was not in his prime, but he had 42 fights under his belt.
Which is
Austin Trout, Jose Lopez, Shane Mosley. He had experience.
EBT.
He was not in his prime.
Good point. Which is why.
Let me tell you this.
Go ahead.
Mayweather was over his prime. Mayweather was over the hill. He was 36.
That's
Anybody
true.
in any sport, LeBron was 36 last year, and everybody was talking about how old LeBron is. That you have to understand.
But let me, EBT, can I say this though? Go ahead. Go ahead. I will say. Let me just say about this Mayweather. So you said Mayweather 36. Okay, yeah, it was Mayweather 36, but I will say that we got to say yes, Mayweather was 36, but Mayweather is cut from that cloth where he don't have mileage on him. He hasn't been a lot of punishment, So Mayweather was the youngest of the 36 that you have ever seen in your life. Mayweather, yes, technically age-wise, he could have been 36, but the way Mayweather keep himself in shape, don't drink, don't smoke, Mayweather is really like 32. EBT. Come on now, we let's be honest, man.
See, so then it's Mayweather always got to be I've seen this before, bro. Like he can't just it's not really fair to Mayweather because you can't say, but he's 36. Well, it's Mayweather, so bro.
It's true though. Okay. He was 36, but okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, is he a Zab Judah 36? Because Zab Judah at 36 is really like 40. We know that. He's not. Right. It's the truth, EBT. He's not no Zab Judah 36. He's not. Mayweather at 36 is like really 31, 32. But I'm gonna give you that. Mayweather was older. Okay, that's the point. We can't take that away from you. But I will say this because I was gonna say you made a good point. You said Canelo Alvarez had about 40 fights, right? That's a lot of experience. That's true. I'm not denying that. But let me tell you this. That's why we say that is a good win for Mayweather. Nobody never said that was not a good win for Mayweather.
You are the only one, bro.
What?
You are only. Nobody ever gives Mayweather that credit, bro.
I always say that's a good win for Mayweather. In fact,
that's what I'm saying. You are the only one.
I think people could admit it. I think people could admit. Like
go to them comment sections, bro. I'm talking about, and I love everybody, but go to them comment sections under them videos. Certain background. No, they never. The first thing they do is start making excuses. Canelo was too young, inexperienced with 42 fights, of course. Yeah. And they make it like he's what's one of these young fighters, like 11, 12, 13 and no. Like he had 42 fights.
Hey, that's true. I mean,
he wasn't. Nobody of the caliber of Mayweather, of course. Nobody's saying that. But to say he barely been in the boxing ring, like, bro.
No, I mean, that was a good win for. Like I said, EBT, that like when Mayweather made this comeback, I'm gonna go as far as saying this. That was the best fight. That was the best win that Mayweather got to me. Okay, Cotto was another good win, but I thought that Canelo win because I remember when that fight happened. I'm like, damn, Canelo do hit hard. He bigger than Floyd. I feel like Floyd could have got way more credit if he would have beat Canelo at 154 because he did play the little 152 shit. But that's not. I feel that don't hold that much weight. I'm not finna feed into that because they both was sacrificing some weight in that fight. Canelo had to go up to 152. Canelo was at 154, but he went down to 152, and then Mayweather was coming from 147 to 152. So they both had to sacrifice a little weight. I'm not mad at that. My point is, EBT, like, it's a good win for Mayweather, hands down. Anybody that say that is clearly being biased. You know, if you listen to this, us Canelo fans, we gotta admit that. That's a good win for Mayweather. But what I feel like, not you, EBT, what I feel like the masses want us to do, y'all want us to deride that win. Like, oh shit, like, well, yeah, you won, but what you want us to wake up and say it every day before we go to work and stuff? I mean, what do you want?
Hey, listen. All I want to say is that was a great win. And you know one thing nobody ever says?
What?
That fight before Canelo was Robert Guerrero. That was Mayweather's first fight out of jail.
Yeah, Robert Guerrero. What about that?
Yeah, first fight out of jail. So Mayweather, in other words, Mayweather fresh out of prison, 36, and then beat this dude, bro.
Listen, I gave Mayweather credit for Robert Guerrero. I'm not one of those people. See, this is my thing. If you a champion and you beat the champion, I give you credit. See, a lot of people want to do that with Deontay Wilder. He beat Stavern. Everybody want to say Stavern was the real champion. Listen, you beat Stavern. You a champion. That was a good win for Mayweather when he beat Robert Guerrero. I ain't mad at that. But I'm saying, okay, because they want to say, if Robert Guerrero is a good win for Mayweather, you can't shit on Canelo for beating Rocky Fielding then. That's what I'm gonna say. Rocky Fielding was a champion. You definitely can't shit on Canelo for being Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Smith because they champions. Same shit Floyd did.
Right. Listen. Canelo has a near perfect resume for me. He's fought them all. I would not take that away from him. What I will say is, go back to your question. You was like, what would I do? Like, you said who's the best? Like the best Mayweather versus best Canelo.